Alright guys, back in more Yakuza. Right when I ended last episode, I got this guy trying to fight me, so that's fun. So I guess we're going to have to do that right now. But yeah, wait, who else is there? Oh, fuck, I didn't see this guy. Okay. So I guess we're continuing on with the main story. I really wish you could run in the open world. It's really weird that you can't. We're still full, right? Just one. Oh, the wrong one. Yeah. I have nothing here, though. Probably should. Wait. I just realized something. So those take up slots? Okay, I can't do that. Okay, so this is only for weapons. Okay. Okay, fine then. Ah, shit. And fuck you too. Oh, fuck off. Okay. Alright. Sorry about that. Okay. Um. Oh my fucking god, why is this so long? Again, I fucking hate that these conversations go on for so long. Oh my fucking god, I don't care. I really don't give a shit. Like, really. It's like, how long is this fucking conversation? How many things of dialogue is this? This is ridiculous. Like, that was what? Like, at least 50 things of dialogue. Can I leave? Thank you. Don't give a shit. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. It is insane to think this is only, like, barely two gener- like, this is, like, only, what, 12, not even 12 years ago this game came out. Like, it's really insane to think, like, how far gaming has come in those 12 years. And even then, like, I mean, if you look at, like, 12 years before this, was, what, 97? So, I mean, what was that, like, around the time GoldenEye came out? Probably, like, a year apart from that. So it's insane that, like, how much gaming progresses in such a, like, short amount of time. But to be fair, I think most of gaming is kind of, like, I don't know how much further we can really go at this point. But so. Oh my fucking god, can we stop with the fucking dialogue? Like, really?
Aniki.
They officially announced AW13, I guess. Which, like, we knew was coming, but I guess they released some information, so let's see what we got here. So they are going around the country still? Okay, let's just read this. We finally have some confirmed news on season 13 of American Idol, whatever. First stop will be Tacoma, Washington, returning to the Tacoma Dome where we filmed back on season 11, whatever. Details are still vague, but it's important to note that round 1 of the competition will be held in Tacoma the week of March 26th. Season's 13th format will have all the competitors beginning their journey in this location. Huh. Okay. They're not, yeah, that's okay. I don't like that. Again, like, they're not referring it to as qualifiers, they're referring it to round 1. Past year's travel to qualifier. See, every single competitor is starting in Washington. Why? Okay, but there's gonna be a finals, so that's cool at least. I'm looking this up. Okay, yeah, so so yeah, we're going back to Las Vegas finals, $1 million prize. Oh, I forgot about that too. Yeah, this is technically going to be the year of the Olympics. So that's another thing. There's one thing from yesterday's announcement. No walk-ons or a lottery system. No live audience. So that's pretty much it. So interesting. I don't know why they're like. I don't like that they're not. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the fact that there's still a little. I mean, to be fair, like as long as there's a Las Vegas final, like as long as there's a finals, like a full 4-stage course, which I guess technically they didn't say that there was, but they did say it's a Las Vegas final. I don't know. It should be good, but we'll see. Or should be better, I should say. I don't know, good. It should be better than previous turn. What am I doing right now? Wait, didn't I just do that though?
Ah,
Oh. Whatever. Oh, is that just the end of the chat? That's fucking abrupt as shit. That's bizarre. But yeah, I mean, so AW 13 is coming this year then. Since it's filming in March, that means we're probably going to get the normal summer date for it, which is not ideal for me personally, but whatever, I guess.
そうか。分かった。ご苦労。どうやら神田の組が4代目に勝ち込みかけられたらしい。それで組の上層部は壊滅状態。たった一人で神田とやり合うとはさすがだな。堂島の竜の名は錆びついてねえようだ。
And that was a weird ending to the
どう
chapter,
やら
though.
桐生さんは例の沖縄の一件で動いてるようだ。あんたがこの計画に乗ってるという情報を掴んでいるかもしれん。そうなら次に桐生が攻め込むのはあんたのところだ。沖縄のリゾート計画、あんたに紹介したのはこの俺だ。リゾート建設に関わる利権、あんたの組に入る金は1000億はくだらない。今俺らの中で6代目を弾いた可能性が高いのは間違いなくあんたなんだぜ。真島の兄さん。俺はカムロ町をこの手に収めたい。それがどういう意味か分かりますよね。今桐生さんに暴られたら一番困るのはあんただ。やり方は任せます。後始末しっかり頼みましたよ。
もう一軒行きましょうよ。次はどこ連れてってくれるんですか。兄貴も待つのみましょうよ。
桐生、とんでもない情報が入ったぞ。今日の夕刊です。
Who the fuck's that guy?
うちの政治部のスクープです。ついに防衛大臣のタミヤが民自党と沖縄県議会をまとめたようなんです。
つまり基地拡大法案の成立は確実ってことか。基地とリゾートはもともとワンセット。基地が動き出したことでリゾートの開発も一緒に動き出したってわけだな。
これでどうしてリゾート開発が再開されたのかが分かりましたね。
ところで桐生、このリゾート開発、裏でとんでもねえ奴が絡んでるようなんだ。
政治部の記者宛てに届いた情報です。匿名の情報筋からこんな写真が。
これは
どうやら鈴木が仕掛けているリゾート開発、裏で建設の利権を得ようとしていたのがあの真島組らしいんだ。
Some Ajros gonna get involved finally. Fuck off this. I really hate this. Like, oh, it's so annoying that we go from like these well-rendered cutscenes to like this shit, and then just back to the to the rendered cutscenes. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, why can't you fucking afford to just do the entire thing in cutscene? Like, either that or just fucking cut down on this fucking dialogue. Like, this does not need to be this long. So we're still going to purgatory again? Yeah, I love how like they just like make you go to purgatory just like as if it's a thing. Like I mean, I feel like something these games do is like essentially assume that you've played all the other ones. Like I don't, which I mean, to be fair, I have at this point, like up until this point. So it's like it's fine, but I feel like if you haven't played like Yakuza 1 2, like wouldn't it just be bizarre that like all these homeless people are like I guess it's not that bizarre that homeless people are occupying the fucking park, but the fact they have to go through the bathroom in order to even reach the area. Hey dickheads, can you get up? I never finished talking about the perfect game to beat, right? Or the 10 out of 10 game to beat. Yeah, it's like, I was talking about this, I think it was last episode at this point. There's no real 10 out of 10 game. Like, I feel like every game has its, like, there's no perfect game, at least. I think through that, like, you have to come, like, to say something's a 10 out of 10 game, you're essentially saying it's a near perfect game. I don't think there's any perfect game out there. To be honest, I do think something like a God of War is very close. Like, I feel like God of War, like, while it's not necessarily perfect, I think it is perfect in the sense that it does everything it tries to do. While there's things that I personally would like more within it, it's like everything it tries to do, it does do well. Which I think is something you have to give it a lot of credit for. And I think similar thing with Persona 5. Specifically the Royal version in terms of the from a gameplay standpoint. Again, like I wish Royal and the original version got a Royal update where like the original version like got all the gameplay enhancements that Royal has, but without all the story stuff that Royal adds, because I feel like the original Persona 5 would be pretty near perfect if it did that. And even now it's like it's still near perfect, but it would be nice if it did have those changes there. Fuck off, another one. But yeah, like, what is it? I did have a list, right? Like, I think there's only like 4 games that I would give a 10 out of 10 to. It's God of War, Persona 5. I think one of them is Uncharted 4, but I don't even know if I agree with that anymore. Mine is very close. Like, I think it's like a 9.5 out of 10. Fuck. I don't know what the other game was. Was it Mass Effect? I think it was Mass Effect 2 was the other one. Which I still stand by. I mean, at least from what I remember Mass Effect 2. Again, it's been a while since I played it, but it's like, I would still stand by that. But then again, everything it tries to do, I think it does well. Like, while there's like things that's lacking in the grand scheme of things, I think as what it does what it's attempting to do very well. Wait, I can't say for sure. I guess. Maybe I should have ended. The entire park's gone. Yeah, I mean, like, and there's games I adore that I would not give a 10 out of 10 to. Like, like Witcher 3, I think, is a big example. And that's because of how fucking clunky a lot of the navigation in that game is. I think it is a near perfect game, but I do think that's like a massive enough of a flaw for like it not to be a 10 out of 10. You got, I'm trying to think, like, what games would I give a 9.5 to? I think probably AC Brotherhood is one I would give a 9.5. I think the major downside to AC Brotherhood is the narrative. I feel like outside of that, it is a pretty near perfect Assassin's Creed game, but it's like just narratively, it's not as I don't know if complex is the right word, but it's not as I don't know the right term I should be using, but it doesn't feel as grand as the other games. Like AC2 like feels like this massive, okay, big adventure, like feels like this like epic tale. What is going on? Same thing with Black Flag, like tells this really long, complex narrative. Same thing with there was one more, wasn't there? Or is that it? Anyway, I mean, like Brotherhood just feels like kind of it's fine. Like narratively, it's fine from a like Ezio story standpoint. Like there is subtle character development here and there, but it's like for the most part, it's fine. Yeah, what else is a 9.5? I mean, it's like I'm looking at the collection right now. I mean, Uncharted 4, I think at this point it's a 9.5, but then it used to be a 10. Like I just think the pacing is the main thing there. I think because it's so long, it does start to get repetitive in that middle section. Tomb Raider's close. Probably not a 9. Probably a 9. More so than 9.5 though. I mean, mind me, this is all arbitrary anyway, but wait, was it? Okay, fine. You got Resident Evil 2. Because Resident Evil 2 might be a 10 out of 10. In terms of like a general like game perspective, but like as it relates to me, it's not. Like because like for me, it's like it's just not a game for me. Like I adore Resident Evil 2. The remake I'm talking about. I think it is a perfect remake. I think it is a near perfect game. I think it does everything it tries to do very well. It's just like what it tries to do isn't something that I personally want. But it's still really good. Red Dead 2. Again, I think there's like really like for me I have issues with controls and whatever like just like minor things like that keep it out of a 10 out of 10. So yeah, it's a 9.5. Near Automata I would need to replay to really assess. Spider-Man's not even there, right? I think Spider-Man's probably like an 8.5 to 9. Horizon Zero Dawn is probably a 9.5. Borderline 10, to be honest. I think it is close. To be honest, it might be a 10. I don't know. Bioshock, I would need to replay. I feel like there's definitely a point where I would have said it's 10 out of 10, but I feel like now, since like I haven't played in a while, like it's kind of drained. Not drained. Kind of whatever. It's diminished a bit in my estimations. Final Fantasy VII Remake's pretty high up there. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake's probably a 9.5. I don't know, probably a 9 though. I mean, I feel like its flaws are kind of massive though. These again, like for me, 9.5 is a near perfect game, but there's like minor issues. Again, like something like The Witcher 3 is a massive example of that, where it's like I think Witcher 3 is a near perfect game, but its issues are like big enough to the point where like I can't say it's a 10 out of 10. But it's also not big enough to the point where it's like it's completely like it's a massive knock against it. Like I think like again like just the navigation of Witcher 3, I think like some really annoying quality of life things within Witcher 3, I think those are like the things that keep it out of a 10, but like those aren't massive issues. Those are just like minor nitpicks. While with like Final Fantasy VII Remake, like I mean like it's that entire like what through I don't know how many chapters that like 3 or 4 chapter section of the game that is so fucking boring to me, and then also there's like filler throughout, so it's like yeah, I feel like I can't give it anything but a 9. Last of Us Part 2 is very close. I think Last of Us Part 2 is probably a 9.5. Same thing with Last of Us Part 1 is tough. I think The Last of Us Part 2 is a better game than The Last of Us Part 1. But obviously I think narratively it's, and pacing wise, Last of Us Part 1 is far and away better. In terms of like focus of its narrative, in terms of consistency, I think the problem with Last of Us Part 2 is obviously, like, I think that Abbey Day 1 is brutal. Like, it's so dull. Parts of Day 1, and that's really the biggest knock there. Well, I feel like, again, Last of Us Part 1, the biggest knock is just the gameplay. Or is the kind of, how stale is the term, but, like, just not super complex gameplay. Like it just feels like very baseline. Like it was just like it doesn't really feel too unique in any way. But yeah, I mean trying to see, Devil May Cry 5 to be honest might be a 9.5. Like I think I need to replay that at some point. I don't know when the fuck that would be, because like I don't feel like I'll ever do another video on it ever again, and also I just like personally don't like again, it's not a game I need to play again, but like it's one that I feel like I should play again to really truly assess it. Yeah, from what I understand, doesn't Majima become like a lot more of a minor character after this? I think that's something I remembered, was that he becomes like kind of a nothing, like his character's importance like really drops after this. I think maybe it was after 4, but it was definitely like I think by the time of 5 he's just not that important. Okay. Oh, fuck off with that. Like, I was still pushing X from trying to dodge. It does feel weird though, where like at this point I don't really have a definitive favorite game of all time. Okay, I could have done it, damn it. I don't really have a definitive favorite game of all time anymore. Like I used to, but it's like at this point I just feel like there's so many that are like kind of in that same tier, but all of them like have like minor, not necessarily issues with the game, but more so issues with how I like my relation with the game, to where like I can't, like it's tough to say what is my favorite game. Because like I feel like, because again, like it's between like something like, I think God of War, Persona 5, and Witcher 3 are probably the three that are fighting for that spot at this point. Fuck. Oh, and Last of Us, and yeah. Oh, fuck off, it did it again. Possibly even Last of Us Part 2. I think all 5 of those are games that, like, I think there's a serious debate for them being my favorite game of all time. Again, I think you have The Witcher 3, which I think, again, really impressive, the scale of, that game. It's out of the, like, okay, well, essentially, like, I've said this already, but essentially, we got The Witcher 3, which is the game that I would have said is my favorite game of all time, until a little bit ago. But it is a game that, oh, fuck. It is a game that I have 100% completed. It is a game that, I adore, but it's also, a game that, to be honest, I think I just like other games more. Like, I mean, like, the thing is, like, I think, like, God of War and Persona 5 would be number 1. Okay, well, let's not risk this. Okay. We'll use a toughness C. Not gonna do too much there. Yeah, I mean, like, those are 2 games that would be number 1. Like, I think Persona 5 would... I think at this point, Persona 5 would be number 1. Had I... Like, if Persona 5 it would be a game that, I played more of. Like, even though, to be honest, actually, I believe, I played Persona 5, hour-wise, more than the other 3, right? Or like, all the other games but The Witcher 3. Like, I definitely played it more than God of War. I believe my total playtime in Persona is, like, around 200 hours, because of the 2 playthroughs. My playthrough, like, my playtime with God of War is, like, only, like, 67 hours or something like that. I think my playthrough with The Witcher is, like, over 300, so that's something, too, to factor in. Actually, my most played game on PS4, by the way, is Origins. Okay, that's the end of that chapter. Should we end here? I think we're gonna end here. Yeah, so let's just save over this one then. Then, when this comes up, we'll end here. Okay, wait, no, not that one. This one, right? Oh, will it not let me? Okay, never mind. I guess it won't let me. Okay, I guess we'll have to wait for the next bit of gameplay or whatever. What is this? Oh. Okay, we can end here. Next episode we'll continue on. For now, thank you for watching.